And we're back. This time featuring protein yogurt, which, clearly is important given the fact that I don't have a face cam. But it still features protein yogurt. It's important because this game is like protein yogurt. Sometimes it's good and tastes amazing. Other times it tastes like arse. Especially if you buy a new flavor and you don't know, like this protein yogurt. Yeah, that's gonna be our focus today. For the first time, Sayuri, what? Is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? I don't know. Will this protein yogurt taste any good? The short answer is yes, this protein yogurt will taste good. In retrospect, Yuri will probably show up today. Sitting at her desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. It's not going to calm you down, it's going to make you more anxious, clearly. Why am I letting this affect me so much? Because you care about others. You are kind of selfish in that way. It's not selfless in Sayuri's case. It's a selfish desire to have other people care less about her. I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy, and this protein yogurt's making me happy. Yes, the first 5 minutes of this stream will probably talk about protein yogurt. But my best wasn't good enough. Yeah, it's a sad, cruel reality where your best may not be good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just such a disappointment. No, you're not. Don't ever talk about yourself that way. Sayuri continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass and no one enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. Oh, Yuri's... Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help the students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. It's gonna leave such a bad impression on new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri... Ah! Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. Just as a clue, the protein yogurt today is strawberry. I usually prefer the vanilla, but I wanted to, enjoy strawberry. But, it can be quite strong, so... She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. She is deliberately doing this to appear to not annoy Sayuri, instead making this a more painful experience for Sayuri. Actually, I was just wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh, me. with club publicity stuff. Yes, I fucking hate this character so much. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monica looks inside the classroom and sees Sayori sitting alone by herself. Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. No, go speak to Sayori. Fucking hate Yuri. Hate her. Me too. Wait, what? Did I not read that? It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict may have arisen. It's a little ironic. She realizes that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of this new flyer, then go to the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Let's go! Hype. Yuri nods and the two set off. Not even going to say hi to fucking Sayori. Monica, the least you could do is say hi. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monica finds it quite hard to strike up conversation. So, how's everything been going? We're just going to... Let's get going. Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything anymore. Oh man. Can I relate? I suck at conversation. Monica tenses up at the stinted conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? I don't know. Sayori's an enigma. She can magic up an entire conversation out of nowhere. Know what else is magic? This YoPro protein 15 grams, high in natural proteins, strawberry yogurt. Sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Oh yeah, you were busy doing some actual work. I feel so bad that Monica actually cares for the literature club. Sayori told me. Wow. What did the two of you end up doing yesterday? Just some reading? Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard the kind of thing you were reading. What? It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes into the club will have the same interests as me. But it's so cool that you're able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working, and I'm really happy about that. There you go. There's Monica in a nutshell. Well, at least not corrupted Monica. Doesn't see the truth. She's not into it. How'd you reach that conclusion? Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her thought but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. Sip, sip. A moment passes in silence and Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Fuck, man. I hate Yuri so much. Okay, when you show concern or how do I want to word this? How do I want to put this? You are now part of a community, right? And as a part of that community, sometimes you have issues where you have to grapple with it. And having someone listen to it and occasionally make comments, kind of helping nudge you along, is what makes us human, helps us grow and develop. And I fucking despise you. Don't be silly. I wouldn't think you're complaining. Yeah, first of all, like, you're allowed to talk. You're allowed to say... Oh, pardon me. You're allowed to say what's on your mind. You're allowed to have an opinion. And Monica's the leader. At this point, Monica is shy. She doesn't know that what's best, and she just wants to help. And you know what? Talking will help both of you out. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to do that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. Okay. Alright, I can understand that. There is a way of being too welcoming. It kinda can feel like a person is being targeted. And given Yuri's personality, it really doesn't help. It's not an issue with the club, it's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Ah. Monica pauses and thinks. Alright. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join this club. Hopefully, anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course some people are going to be disappointed with one set of club activities, and if you diversify it, you can make it so almost everyone is happy. Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone, otherwise what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good idea. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Well, that's also true. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? It's It's not that simple. There are layers. Because on one hand, conversation, first of all, you have to be invested in the conversation. If the conversation isn't like interesting, then the conversation just falls flat. If you don't like the person, then the conversation goes nowhere because, well, neither party is fucking interested. I can talk for hours about the things I'm into, unfortunately so much I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. Congratulations, welcome to how conversations work. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people, I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. You know what, I'm going to ignore this mediocrity with another bite of delicious yogurt. Yummy. Not depressing. And Sayori falls on that third category. Fuck you. What? Hold on, you're saying that Sayori is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. There's no... Oh my fucking god, there's no such thing as a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. You know, there's a fourth option here. It's called getting invested. You know, it's that weird fourth option where someone wants to be able to connect with you, so they step outside their boundaries and try and understand your perspective. Sayori is too nice to me. Wow, maybe that's Sayori's personality. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I push onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling, I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere along the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down with her fists clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? Most friendships are a fucking compromise on ideals. I don't have the perfect ideology. I don't always see eye to eye with my friends. Fuck, I'm the most outcast of them all. I tend to leave social gatherings early because I fucking despise them. But I make the effort to always be there because I care for the other people in my life. I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought aloud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness. Further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame. It's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayuri wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayuri, she has needs of her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. Thank you, Monica. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Good communication isn't just words. The most important part is at making that attempt. You don't have to be there immediately. You don't go straight from point A to point B. You go on this little windy road. Sometimes you just have to stop. Sometimes you have to inch towards it. Sometimes you have to stop and get petrol. And, you know, other fucking metaphors that I don't need to insert because I've already made a point. My head is just so resistant to everything. Yeah, well, I'm not resistant to this yogurt. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I push them away first. Yes, a terrible personality flaw. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean to turn this into a whole venting session. But I understand now. I just need to communicate with her. Ha ha ha. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm bad at. You know, about people. So thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monica finish replacing the old flyers with new ones. And I'm about to finish my yogurt. More accurately, Monica did most of the work while Yuri followed along. Yeah, it sounds about right for Yuri. Don't do any of the work, but get credited for it anyway. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Fuck, man, I just sat through this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never gonna feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. It's my turn! Sorry. Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You can use it like an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I don't know. I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monika waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs under the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. Fuck. The yogurt clearly didn't make my brain any more competent. A moment of daydreaming about tea is enough to save her from the anxiety that of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath. Depth. Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. No, slam it open. Smash! Yuri? Well, guess what? I was right. Fuck you, Sayori. That yogurt joke I made at the beginning was the objectively correct play. Wait. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Sayori shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sayori has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first, but I got most of the way through it. And look! Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fists against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock, having received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. You should be sorry, but, you know. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. So if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. Motherfucker! I hate you. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently because I'm weird. You don't even fucking get breaths. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought that if we did something together that you'd really like, I don't want your pity. Wow, what a bitch. Why did I do that? Because you're a fucking terrible human being. Yuri sinks to her knees, her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard to just articulate your thoughts? No, I think you did a pretty fucking accurate representation on how you articulate your thoughts. Remember, this is before Monika fucks around. Fucking Yuri is just that unlikable of a character. Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with the internal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here, before Monika sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monika what she did. Oh my fucking god, I wanna... Fuck! But before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. Yeah, I don't care here. You know how in, like, the second part of Trust, it was like this well-earned moment where you felt like Sayori and Monika's relationship over the course of a couple of days had led up to this moment, and you could see, like, Monika's inability to push forward, constantly manifesting, thus deepening the relationship organically between Monica and Sayori, because neither one of them was confident in themselves. Yeah, this is trying to replicate that, except it doesn't deserve it. It's okay. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through her clenched throat, trying to, with all her willpower, to control herself. I understand that the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. And just to say that this plot point here couldn't work, it just couldn't work with such an unlikable character. Because I can't sympathize with Yuri. Well, I mean, I can on a theoretical level. I get fundamentally what the intended purpose is. But Yuri also manifests it in the most unlikable way possible. And does it to arguably the one character that deserves it the least in almost any given situation. And when she actively confronts Sayori to try and change things, she just makes it worse, because of course she does. It's fucking Yuri. I promise, I understand that, so I'll give you as much time as you need. Fucking hate you. Not you, Sayori. I hate Yuri. I shouldn't have said I hate you. I get that this is meant to be a callback to fucking an hour ago. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts and speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. This would be a good plot point. This would be, like, completely valid if you didn't constantly manifest this in toxic personality traits. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests. But because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. But how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? Well, at least you can understand that you don't act like a normal person. I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Look, I do have sympathy for Yuri. This chapter does bring sympathy for Yuri, but unfortunately, it so overwhelmingly, like, manifests itself in such a painful situation for Sayori. A character who, once again, who deserves a better ending than she constantly gets. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading. So I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel that would just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds a bit familiar. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid that you would get frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah. Irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way you could frustrate me because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said that you have a hard time believing that, but I promise it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know, worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kinda weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and have different interests. That's my point! It helps you grow. Like, about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise that that's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we didn't try them at first, right? Fuck, I love Sayori as a character. I want to learn the reasons you love it so much, and in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that. But I'll be glad I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me. Okay, that one's not true. Yuri fights back a smile at that comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms. Your hair is so pretty, I don't care. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it all, so I cut it all off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then that's something she deserves to experience. Well then, based on my understandings of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. Nah, it's the end of the club day. That's what I wanted to hear, but we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course, I'm not going to judge anything this early on, though, so we'll see what happens. Congratulations, Yuri. You understand Sayori's fundamentals. Oh, and, it's not good to touch other people without their consent first. I'm so dumb. I should have started with that, but I was too busy, like, fucking memeing on Yuri. So, damn, Sayori, you really went too far and touched the no-no square, which is, hugging Yuri. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kinda nice. I was just saying... Why? I get, like, the theoretical behind it, but it was an attempt to cheer you up as friends. It's not like it was a stranger. Well, technically you've only known each other for 2 days, but, like, this is kind of a further manifestation of Yuri's toxic personalities. I'm back. Monica's back. I haven't seen you, like, at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monica. Ah, she whispers out loud. Can I hug you? Fucking hate my life. Sure, Sayori. Sayori wrapped her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sari can be kind of a hug monster. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits a kingdom, it could spell disaster. Yuri laughs. Monica perplexedly looks between the two of them and smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity as the literature club. Despite the fact that I'm not even involved and I'm deliberately removed from the chapter to make the story, like, at all this convoluted. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. So, I think that it would be inconsiderate of me to not return the favor to you and learn about the things you like. Yes! Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles. Alright, we got a new picture, which is probably... okay. Alright, no, there's got to be another one. Yeah, there is. Alright, cool. Music! I don't fucking know. And I think it's piece by piece. Yeah, it's piece by piece. There we go. Thank you all so much for coming along. I hope you know you're loved. I hope you know that you're not a disappointment. And I wish to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.